We are gonna go check out this little island right here because it's just so cute. It's like Gilligan's Island. It's probably 3 miles, a 3-mile tour also. Okay guys, what a wild night. Might be able to see the blue lights right there. So that's the Coast Guard. Good morning guys and gals. We are in Tarpon Springs, Florida, and we are in such a good situation right now. We're so lucky, so blessed. Met some folks who live kind of in the area, and they all kind of know each other. They're all from the Midwest, Nebraska and Iowa, and I'll introduce you guys if they want to be on camera later. And one fella has a dock and a place for me to keep the scooter and the dinghy. And his neighbor has a dock that she's not using because they don't have a boat. So I can put my boat, I can just kind of see the two from, you know, and also my boat gets eyes on it all the time. So if we want to take off for a day or two, the boat's always being watched over, which is nice, a relief. And we're like walking distance from the sponge docks and all this amazing Tarpon Springs downtown stuff, which we're walking to right now on a little trail on top of that, and I'm going to show it to you today. So yeah guys, we are living the good life on a budget. It's amazing. In some ways you couldn't even buy this if you, they're priceless. Okay, enough yapping. As always, turn the phone around, let me show you guys Tarpon Springs. Stay tuned.
Fresh cuts of pork slices. You'll love our fresh seafood plate. Daily drink specials.
Here we are in the Sponge Factory, and I might add that the Sponge Factory is Tarpon Springs' largest retailer of natural sponges. Every hour or so, the deckhands will come and they'll squeeze these sponges, squeeze all the water out of them, turn them over, recover them with the broad sacks, keep the sacks loose.
All right, guys, let's get off the beaten path, off the main drag there. Look around some of these back streets and see how folks that actually live here live. One thing that's occurring to me as Wavey and I are walking around these neighborhoods around Tarpon Springs here is how when real estate starts to become really valuable, then it really prompts people to fix up their homes. There's like a lot of these little, I mean, some of them are probably only 300 square feet, 300 or 400 square feet, and just on a little lot. Probably been here since the 30s or 40s, and people have really fixed them up or kind of made them their own. I mean, I wish I would have been thinking that far ahead. Back here in the 80s, we already met someone who got a place right on the water for like $50,000 back in the late 80s. But anyways, yeah, it's just the way things are going, you know. But there's, yeah, it's cool. It inspires me because I have a modest home. I have a couple, you know, have two of them really. You know, one of them's off grid, but my little modest home back in Minnesota, it motivates me to fix it up and make it my own, even though it's a very small little modest old house. You know, don't need anything fancy. And when people like where they live, you know, and I guess when the values go up, it just kind of all goes up in succession. So good morning, guys and gals. We are doing a gas run today with the dinghy, and I could do it with the hand cart, but I thought I'd just do something different. There's a spot to pull up the dinghy right by the bridge, and then we're just gonna walk a little ways, and it's good exercise. Wavey and I get out, so I'll take you along. Stay tuned. That's a spot right there. I think we'll be able to get in there even in low tide. Well, as I get up here, I see that it's a private launch. And it even has a camera, and I even see it zooming around looking at me. So, welcome to the Orwellian nightmare. We're gonna try this spot. This looks like an abandoned dock. It's kind of high here, but let's go see where that little trail goes right there. Okay, careful, Beagle. Thanks for waiting for me. Is this someone's private house? I can't quite tell. It is. Oh, geez, there's a gate. All right, sorry, Wavey. Got to keep looking. You think they would make it easier to go to town on a boat? In a boat town? What a waste of a good space. We'll go on the other side of the bridge here, guys, and see if there's a spot to pull up to. So if you call this adventure, which I do, you can see how you can turn almost anything into an adventure, like just going to fill the gas cans and not necessarily doing it the easiest way, you know, doing it in an adventurous way. It's kind of how I see it, you know, a little adventure every day. This looks more promising. I think there'll be a spot over here. Okay, guys, I think this is gonna work. It looks like, I mean, I'm sure someone owns it, but I can get just right around the corner there is the gas station, and we're gonna just go for it. Victimless crime, we're not hurting anybody.
Oh hi, my name is Wavey Gravy, star of the channel. So here's the deal. Brenton's a terrible promoter and he doesn't know how to sell anything, so I'm going to do it for you. You should really go to Iceco, link in the description, and find yourself a really nice cooler because it's been a game changer on the Beagle Barge. And while you're there, you might as well look for the Wavey's treat link and send me some treats. Thanks!
Good morning, guys and gals. So we are back on the barge. This is right after the trip on the scooter up north, and we are leaving Tarpon Springs. Just letting the tide come up a little bit so we can get out of here more comfortably. How about if I turn the phone around and I'll show you what's going on. We got the spoiled brat Lazy Beagle. And I just started the workhorse for the first time in a couple weeks. Changed the oil before I left, so good girl. And she's peeing good. We do have some growth on the hull below the water line and also on the lower unit, I noticed, but it's all just kind of that green beard peach fuzz. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of tricky getting away from this dock because you can see how low we are on it, and I don't want to snag up the dinghy, but we'll figure it out one way or another. Stay tuned. Okay, I got her tied up, untied I should say, and I figured out that probably backing away from it is the best plan of attack here, and it's working. Thank you, sweet lady. I'm not going to use her name because I never asked, but she knows who she is. Thank you for letting us use your dock. Leaving the, this isn't the Tarpon River, it's the Anaclote River, I think is how you pronounce it. It's been a nice place to stay. It feels so good to be behind the wheel of the Beagle Barge again. We needed that break. When you guys do your loop, you'll see after a while it is awesome and freedom as it is. Sometimes you just need to take a break from it just for a little while, just to reset and remind yourself of the stuff you've gotten used to. And it kind of becomes fresh again. So just like everything, but this is a good example of it. We're back on the loop, little Beagle. What do you think? I've been listening to a lot of good classic rock on this trip, and the song Synchronicity 2 by the Police comes to mind when I see these bridges, these crowded bridges with all the cars, when he sings, just like lemmings into shiny metal boxes, contestants in a suicidal race. That song, well, most Police songs are absolute genius lyrics, but that one's just A+. Check it out if you haven't listened to it in a long time. And it gets really shallow right here. We're less than 3 feet. 3 feet's enough. Just don't go any lower, please. These guys are my favorite. Looks like a real working boat right there. Now here's how a barge is supposed to be used. I like it. I like your barge. I like your barge. Alright guys, so we just left the mouth of the river where Tarpon Springs is at. Anaclote, I think how you pronounce it. You can see the intercoastal starts up here. We're probably going to Honeymoon Island right now. And I gotta make a shelf right here to put this on. There's no good way to put it and charge it at the same time. All the little things I didn't get to last fall. Yeah, gorgeous day. We're on our way at 4.5 miles an hour. Stay tuned. We are passing the lighthouse out on, forgive me guys, you know me in pronunciations, Anaclote Island, right out from Tarpon. And I am tempted to go over there. I think I see a dock. In fact, should we go over there? I gotta decide. We're not in a hurry, but man oh man, we gotta keep a somewhat of a schedule and a pace, don't we? Well, I'll think about it. The dinghy and the kayak are kind of Kind of bucking broncos back here with the following seas, but they're doing fine. I don't know if we'll pick this up on camera or not, but the water has changed color to this beautiful seafoam green, is what I would call it. Beautiful. Kind of like what you would think in the Bahamas or something, except we're not in the Bahamas. We're in Florida. Just as good. We'll be going over a causeway. Let me see if I can zoom in on it for you right there. And then there's more islands over here. Honeymoon Island, I think, is what this is. A little check. But yeah, we're just on the hunt for a good place to anchor and dinghy ashore. And I'm going to go walk Wavey around for a while. Maybe we're going to do some exploring wherever we end up. So stay tuned. Weather report for the day is 77, 78, a couple degrees past perfect. Actually, I try not to use that word anymore. Ideal, you know what most people would say. I like about 68's my sweet spot, but I'd say 77, 78 today. Small rollers from the north pushing us along at about 5 miles an hour. And that is your friendly weather report from the Beagle Barge, March 11th, 2024. You know me and bridges, guys and gals. I love filming them. This is the causeway going over to Honeymoon Island, I think. And I should be in there steering, but we are gonna go check out this little island right here because it's just so cute. It's like Gilligan's Island. It's probably 3 miles, a 3-mile tour also. We might just anchor off of this little island tonight. This island doesn't seem to have a name, at least on Navionics, but I'll show you kind of where it is. This is Clearwater, I think. There's lots of little islands out here, and we decided we're gonna settle in here. I just set the anchor. We're gonna make sure everything holds. Then we're gonna go explore this little Gilligan's Island. That's what we're naming it for now. Okay, Beagle. Let's go to shore. Let's explore this little island together, guys. I love this kind of stuff. I could actually let Wavey probably run free if I knew for sure that I'm not breaking some rules. One of the few places I bring her to some little islands on Lake Superior sometimes to let her run free. She absolutely loves it. But okay, here, I'll turn the phone. Okay, we're not the first people on this island, which is good. People might be dog. Hopefully it's not one of those weird rules where you can't have a dog. Last thing I need is to get a big fat fine. This is the north side here. And it's mostly just, what are those, mussels? Mussel shells. Let's go to the interior. This would be what it would be like if you found some little island atoll somewhere. South Pacific, usually. Build a little hut in the best spot. Try to find fresh water. No man is an island, but you can come pretty close. This is the only thing I see that's not natural, and it's just a PVC pipe over a bar, I think. No signs or anything, so isn't it safe to assume that, like, if you're not seeing a sign saying you can't do something, that it's kind of just assume that you can? This would probably be the spot for the little hut. You're gonna live here. Hey, come here. I think I'm gonna let you run around. I don't think there's any alligators or bears here. Go have fun. We'll go, you're free. Go. You're free. Well, don't follow me. You're free. You're free, dog. You can go anywhere on this island you want. Go. Well, isn't that nice? I would be looking for shells, but I don't think this is a very good shell island. Not seeing anything nothing that really gets you excited. I found this piece of driftwood. It looks like it used to be a handle, maybe, like for opening a door, but I think I might have a use for this. I'll show you when we get back on the boat. Wavey Gravy, you want to go back to the boat? Why don't you load up? Can you load up? Up. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, guys, you know me and putting phones in people's faces, but these guys are on a jet ski. They're from Cuba, and their starter's not working. I'm going to see if I can help them here. I tried to jump start them, but it might be their starter, but we'll try it.
Hey guys, Backwater's Brenton here, punching in with the disembodied voice. I can't think of any other way to explain this with the footage I have, but these folks from Cuba, not straight from Cuba, but they didn't speak English, only Spanish, and their jet ski broke down, and I was trying to help them, so I ended up calling the Coast Guard and a couple other places to help
guys,
them, and
what a
it
wild
worked
night.
out in the end, but let me see if I can explain.
Might be able to see the blue lights right there. So that's the Coast Guard, and the 911 dispatcher called me because it's crazy. Well, the tide is so low that the Coast Guard can't get up where I'm at. I told you shanty boats are the way to go. But so they just relayed. I probably should have my marine radio on, and we could have talked on 16 now that I think about it. But they were just relaying messages back and forth asking me the last time I saw this couple on the jet ski. I asked them, did I do anything stupid, or am I going to get in trouble? And they said no. So that's good. But let's turn the phone around and see what these guys are doing here. I'll try to show this to you guys. It's called a dead low tide right now, extra low, negative tide. And we're in about 1.5 feet of water. So that's the Coast Guard there. They are, what's the water police, the marine police, and the couple. This is the island right here, and the tide is extra low at the moment. The sandbar going way out here, and the last I saw them with my headlamp and kayak paddle. This is so silly. Was just right up there. So they're just trying to figure out where they're at. They're doing their job. Now it's a really nice night. It's probably like 60 and there's no wind. It's just dead calm out here. So I can't imagine they're going to get in a lot of trouble. They had life preservers on, so I don't think this is a life or death situation, but everyone's just kind of doing their job and trying to help out. All right, so they must have figured something out here. Now they're opening her up. Man, they can get up and go too, eh? Look at that. But you can't come in 1.5 feet of water, though. It probably could if they really wanted to. Okay, guys, anchor light on. I'm gonna, just while this is all happening and it's fresh in my mind. So I keep getting all these calls from Florida phone numbers, 727 area code, and it's Fish and Wildlife, Coast Guard. There's somebody else involved. There's another agency involved here. The boat with the blue lights that I just showed you, that's I don't think they're the Coast Guard. Who are they? You'll know. Please comment below. I'm so bad at that kind of stuff. I should know this, but the water police, they're looking for this couple, and then my phone just rang, and it's a wildlife lady up on the bridge up there, and they found their car. So at least we know Vivian was telling us the truth. Because there's part of me, it's just like, this is more me than anything. But like, I'm like, did they just come over here from Cuba? Like, did they bring that jet ski from Cuba? You'd think they would have come to Key West. It's a pretty long ways to take a jet ski all the way up to Central Florida. But anyways, remember who you're dealing with here, guys. So Vivian was telling me the truth. They did find their car, and everything sounds like it's on the up and up. So it's very possible that in the morning they're going to come back and bring me back the kayak paddle and my really nice Milwaukee headlamp that my buddy and Alton gave me, and I want that sucker back because that thing is amazing. It's rechargeable, and it also works as a battery to charge your phone if you're out, need one. And that thing came in really handy. So if you're watching this, you know who you are, and it just probably saves some folks' lives by lighting up the way when they're... And Dawn in Tennessee, Shanty boat Dawn, that I showed you guys the shanty boat a couple episodes ago, he's the one that gave me the paddle. So both of you guys now know that you basically helped a couple get back to their car in a dead jet ski. I bet you never would have guessed that one. So you never know. You just never know what's going to happen. Someone's invading my little Gilligan's Island here, and they're wearing bikinis. Maybe it's Marianne and who was the movie star? I forget her name. So guys, we're sitting here on the hook on Gilligan's Island here, Wavey and I, and that couple that the jet ski died last night, their jet ski's still dead. They try to bring it to life this morning. We're texting back and forth, and I loaned them the kayak paddle and the headlamp, and they want to get it back to me, and I would, I could use both of those things. I can't use the kayak until I get another one. So they keep asking if I could go to shore and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, not really today. I'm kind of busy. You can tell I'm kind of busy, right? I'm actually making a video, so I am busy. And finally, I guess they just asked somebody with another jet ski to bring it over to us here. So we're going to sit here for a minute and have a look out for a jet ski pulling up with our paddle and light. So stay tuned. I think I see them. I bet you that's them right there. All right, we got our paddle back. And they even sent us over some half and half. Awesome. Thanks, guys. They did ask if we wanted any. Oh, it's fat free. That might be for something else. Ooh, that one's good. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna put the half and half in the... Let's see, what side we going here? I think it's this one. We're decided to do the refrigerator and the new ice cold cooler, which is so awesome. Got some beer in there too. I forgot about that. Put this in here, keep it cool. We'll check back in later. Still learning how to use it and dial in the temperatures and stuff, but you can see we got lots of room.